Hey folks, I'm here today. It's winter time, so that means I gotta crack on some equipment for the next hunting season. So I'm needing some inner covers. I'm going to show you how you can make an inner cover for roughly $1 a piece, and one that's not going to warp or give you any problems. I came up with this design mainly because I'm a door maker, so I kind of understand the way wood works. So what you're going to need is 4 sticks, and there will of course be the outside dimension. These will be 19 7/8, and these are going to be 16 1/4. That's your standard. This is for a 10 frame hive. You're going to mill those. They're 1 inch with I made a 1/2 inch groove. Make sure you see that. But you could make it less. I just went ahead and did a 1/2 inch, but you would be fine with doing a 3/8 inch groove. It was just I wanted a kind of a heavy amount of wood around in case I had a part chip off or something, that it wouldn't be an issue. But anyway, and of course these are going to be 3/4 inch thick, with a slight, about a 1/8 inch center vent. And what I do is I put the center vents on my short sides. So I'm going to have a vent. It's going to wind up with a vent in the front and the rear. And that way, when this all gets assembled, I'm going to do this without the panel, they'll naturally be the way they assemble. They'll naturally be on one side. The other thing you have to do after you mill your groove, and the groove is about 1/4 inch. Yeah, it's right at 1/4 inch. After you mill your groove, you'll need to rabbet the edges so that you wind up with a lap joint. And so that winds up looking like this. Now, what you're going to wind up with is some space. So the only part that's actually connecting is the very, very corner. So that's why a 3/8 groove probably is a little better. I mean, I milled these. Probably in the future, I'll probably reduce that a little bit, so I've got a little bit more meat to connect. But you'll also need some 5/8 narrow crown staples, and of course a narrow crown stapler gun, and our tried and true Titebond Ultimate Wood Glue, Titebond 3. So I'll show you real quick how fast it is to assemble one of these. But before I get to that, the other thing is, so I'm buying plywood, which is very thin plywood. It's miking out at 0.17 of an inch. So it's some nice thin stuff. It's 3-ply. Buy this for, I was picking it up at Lowe's. I bought it earlier this year for $15 a sheet. One sheet will make 18 lids, or inner covers, I should say. So anyway, you'll want to put a center line and drill you a hole. What I just use a bit and stack and clamp and drill all these. I drill like 10 at a time, so it's pretty easy as far as the making your hole. And I think I'm doing it, yeah, right at a 2-inch diameter. I've got a right at a 2-inch diameter hole. So let's see if I can pan this out a little bit. I think get you guys see a little bit better. All right. So anyway, we got a 2-inch diameter hole, and the idea being is your air will come up through here and then exit in these pieces right there. So the wood typically has more of curve along. I always put the grain. I build it the long side along with the grain parallel. So I always cut my plywood that way, as it's a little bit stronger one direction, the plywood is, than it is the other, since it's only 3-ply. So it's easier to put your long sides down first. And put that over. And I'm putting some glue on the edge where the two meet on the side, because that is where you have wood-to-wood contact, and I figure any glue you can get on this is a good thing. So put our top piece in. And staple once, staple twice. Now I like to staple both sides of mine because these are, I don't want this joint failing on me, because this is the only thing that's holding is that little bit of piece of wood. But you actually do get some strength from the plywood itself. And at the end, you should, let's see where to put my, these should just pretty much assemble square. And yep, so we're good and square. And let me see if I can show you. So it's a floating, this is all you're like when you have a door actually has a panel. That panel actually has the ability to move, and that allows for this piece of plywood in here to expand and contract with moisture. The reason that I know you guys, if you're an experienced beekeeper, you've had some of those little wood piece assembled inner covers, and they've warped and done all kinds of weird stuff. These, not only are these cheap to make, but they hold up just fantastic. I've had no issues whatsoever with them. So anyway, I'm going to make about 30 of these today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and like and subscribe. Thanks.